Comparing products before you buy them is always a good thing because you want to make sure you're getting the correct product that's going to fit your needs. Well, in today's video, we're actually going to be comparing the Blink Mini 2 versus the new WYZE Cam version 4. These specific products right here are ones that I get asked all the time which one is better, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. I want to take a look at the video quality. We're going to take a look at audio quality and comparing some of their features together. Now, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. To start off, we are going to be taking a look at the features of the Blink Mini 2. All right, so here is what we are getting with the Blink camera. We're getting our quick start guide. We've got our power brick, power cable. These are the screws, mounting screws. And then here is the camera itself that is on this stand. So very basic, but everything that we need. So we're seeing a lot of the same stuff that we got with Blink. We have got our camera, quick start guide, mounting screws, power brick, power cable, and then we have the addition of our mounting options. So we've got double-sided sticky right here, and then we also have a magnetic plate that does go on the back of this. So if you do want to magnetize this to something, that is what this would be used for. All right, so we have got the brand new Blink Mini 2. We've got some added features that we did not see with the original version out there. As we can see here on the box, we have got day and night vision with HD view. So this is a 1080p camera, just like the Mini 1. No upgrades in video quality here. We have also got two-way audio. This one now does come with an LED spotlight on the front, which is really cool. We have weather resistance, so this can be used indoors and outdoors, which is a nice bonus feature. One thing to mention with that though is that you do need to purchase an additional outdoor weatherproof plug. We can see here on the box, it says it has smart notifications with 2 stars, indicating that you do need to have the Blink subscription to take advantage of that. And then we also have it that it works with Amazon Alexa. Essentially what that means is that if you connect it to your Amazon Alexa app, you can look at live view with this camera on there. You can't look at recorded views. So if there is an event that was recorded, you can't bring that up on one of your Echo devices. You can look at it within the app, but you can't look up recordings on your Alexa device. Now, if you do want to save clips, you don't have to have a subscription. It is definitely recommended by Blink to have a subscription because they include extra features with that subscription, but you don't have to have it. You can buy something like this right here. This is the Blink Sync Module 2, and I have added in a USB thumb drive. So this is the Blink version right here. And I have added that in. It says it is 64 gigs right there. I think you can put in any thumb drive. And that is going to allow footage to be recorded locally onto this module, but you don't have to have this. If you want to bypass that and just go straight to paying the subscription and getting the cloud storage, you can do that too. Now with the Blink subscription, we do have a few different plans here. We have got the features without any plan. So this is what we're getting here, no cost. We've got the Blink basic plan, and then we've got the Blink Plus plan. I'll leave it here for you guys to take a look at some of the features, or you can pause it here. One thing that I wanted to point out though is that we have got the extended live view. So you can get up to 5 minutes without a plan at all. We can do 90 minutes if you do either one of the paid for versions. And it's nice to see that we can get up to 5 minutes now of live view. Previously with the older version, we could only get 1 minute, which was a huge detriment to buying this camera. I had a lot of people say that they were looking for a cheap alternative camera that they could put in their house and keep a live view up to monitor their pets. Having only 1 minute of live view was not worth it. I don't even think 5 minutes is worth it. Honestly, if that's what you're buying it for, 90 minutes probably isn't worth it either, but it is an option right there. If we take a look at the camera itself, we've got our little spotlight up top here. Here is our 1080p image sensor. We have got a indicator lights on either side, and then we have got our microphone beneath. It is on a stand that can rotate in any direction that you want to, and you can even pop it off right here if you don't want to use the stand at all. We've got a reset button there on the bottom, QR code, and another place for the mount. So you can put the mount back here if you want to wall mount it. We've got our speaker back here, our plug for powering it up. It is USB-C. And then here is the actual mount. You can pop off the ring on the outside and use that to mount it up right there. And then we are going to put that back up. You can hide the screws. But that is the basic setup and features with the Blink Mini 2. All right, next up we have the WYZE Cam version 4. This actually just came out not that long ago. We can see right here that we are upgrading from a 1080p camera to a 2.5K color night vision camera. So nice little upgrade right there. This is indoor and outdoor, just like the version 3, and it is wired. I do want to mention that with both of these, they are wired, they are not battery powered. If we take a look here on the side of the box, we see that we have got our color night vision, we've got the 2.5K 8K resolution. This is weather resistant. We have an integrated spotlight, 2-way audio, 24/7 recording. So you do need a micro SD card to take advantage of that, which I highly recommend that you do. We have got motion and sound detection, instant notifications, remote live streaming. So those are the features that come free with this camera. Now, if we do want to add the subscription, we can see view cameras in a web browser. So if you do want to load this up on your screen and view all of your cameras on a web browser, you do have to have a subscription for those. And it looks like we have custom notifications, so person, pet, vehicle detection, and we have got full length event recording. So something else that either needs a subscription or stick in that 24/7 micro SD card. That is something, like I said, I highly recommend doing. Take a look on the other side here. It works with Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, and IFTTT. So we are going to get the same functionality of bringing this up on our smart home displays, except for this one is also going to work with Google and Amazon. All right, taking a look at the actual camera itself. So we've got a bit of a bigger spotlight up here on the top. We have got our larger 2.5K image sensor right here. We've got some indicator lights. I believe these are 2 indicator lights. Microphone is going to be right here. If we take a look at the bottom, we have got, it's probably going to be hard to see, but we have got 2 slots right here. We have got a setup button, and then in here is where you're going to put your micro SD card. Let's see if we can get this open. Sometimes they're not the easiest. All right, so we got mine open. I do have a card in there right now. Easy enough to get that guy out. This is 128 gig. Then let's go ahead and slide it in. All right, and then we'll weatherproof that up by putting our rubber right back in there. If you take this bottom screw out, there is a 1/4-20 mount in there, which is standard for any mount that you're going to see out there. We do have the stand built into it right here. We've got a hook if you do want to hook it up, and we have a magnetic stand right here, so that helps you with mounting purposes. On the back here, we have got a speaker, nothing on the top or sides, and then we have the cable coming out into a waterproof connector. Slip that in there. This is a micro USB connector. Now, taking a look at the subscriptions for the WYZE Cam, we're gonna have quite a few different options here. In fact, 4 of them. So we have got the free plan, we have got the Cam Plus, Cam Ultra, and Cam Ultra Pro. I'm not gonna go into many details about this. One thing that I wanted to point out though, and something that I don't like, is that this thumbnails only. So if you are not paying for a subscription, it says the event recording is just a thumbnail. And every recording is going to have a 5-minute delay between recordings or between thumbnails. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. However, there is a way around that, and that is why I recommend going with the micro SD card. You put that micro SD card into this camera, you can actually turn on 24/7 recording. This thing is going to record all the time. You can go back to it at any point and view it either in the app, download clips. It is definitely worth doing if you are going to be purchasing this camera. But if you do want to take advantage of cloud storage and some of the other features, I will leave this here up on the screen for you to take a look at and see what the options are. In fact, I will actually have a link in the description for you guys to check this out and actually go through the page. Now, I do want to dive a little bit deeper into live view because that seems to be a popular reason for picking up one of these cameras. Now, we saw with Blink that you can get up to 5 minutes of live view. Unless you start paying for a subscription, then you can get up to 90 minutes. Now, it does mention there on their website that the 90 minutes is only going to work within the Blink app. So if you bring up a live view on, say, your Amazon Echo device, that is not going to get you that full 90 minutes. It has to be within the Blink app. Now, the alternative with Wyze is that with Wyze, you can bring up a live view, whether it's going to be with Google, Amazon, or through the app, and that is going to stay up essentially indefinitely. From reading in the forums, the live view will stay up from anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, essentially until the app crashes. This allows you to just keep a live view up at all times. It's really good to have this for keeping an eye on your pets, or maybe you have your kids playing in the backyard, you have one of these cameras set up, you're in the kitchen cooking, or maybe in the office or the garage or something like that, and you want to monitor something. Wyze is definitely going to be the better choice for that situation. All right, now on to the good stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at some demos of what these cameras are actually capable of. All right, we are doing an audio and video test with these 2 cameras right here. So this is what the WYZE Cam sounds like. Here is what the Blink sounds like. I'm about 5 feet away from these cameras, but I also want to get up and kind of show you guys what these cameras look like from further away. So about 15 feet right there. I think I'm about 25 feet all the way back here. This is going to give you an idea of what these cameras look like during the daytime. Next, we're going to be taking a look at some nighttime shots individually, and we'll take a look at what these things look like with their spotlights on. All right, now for the night shots, I'm doing these separately because I don't want their spotlights or IR sensors to interfere with each other. All right, first up, we have the WYZE Cam. So this is what the night vision looks like without that spotlight on it. Let me get back here a little bit further to give you guys an idea of what it looks like from about 15 feet away. How clear can you see my face? And let's go all the way back here to about 25 feet away. So this is me about from the camera, giving you guys an idea of it. So the next thing that we will do is we will take a look at the blink camera, see if we see an improvement. All right, so we've got our Blink Mini 2, and this is the image that we're seeing without the spotlight on. I'm gonna go ahead and take a step back here, showing you guys what the 15-foot looks like, considering we've only got 30 seconds here with our timer. Coming back here, we've got 25 feet. So this is what you're seeing from about 25 feet away with this camera and the image quality that it provides. Okay, now we have our spotlight on for the WYZE Cam V4. This is what it looks like. Nice and bright camera right there. I have to say, it brightens up the room plenty. I can see everything good in here. I do like having that spotlight on. It's not overpowering, but it's nice. So I do like having that tiny little spotlight on there, but really gets the room bright for us. You can see what it looks like from this far away. Next up, we are going to be taking a look at the blink camera and seeing if we're going to see an improvement there. Okay, here is the Blink Mini 2 with that spotlight on. I gotta say, even though the spotlight looks a little bit smaller on the camera, it seems brighter. Now, I do have the brightness turned up all the way, but this is what it looks like from the 15 feet. We've also got the 25-foot back here to give you guys an idea, but this is what that camera looks like with the spotlight on. What do you guys think? Now, I know these cameras are indoor and outdoor cameras, but I wanted to give you guys examples of what these things do looking through a window so you can keep them safe in the house, but still see what's going on outside. Now, I do want to mention too, if you are going to do that, you do have to turn off the spotlight and you have to turn off the night vision IR lights that are built into it because those will reflect off the window and ruin the shot. So taking a look at the daytime through the window, I gotta say I'm actually surprised at how well Blink looks. Looking at the colors, the WYZE looks a little bit oversaturated. The grass is really green, the trees are really bright and green. I would say the saturation is definitely turned up with WYZE. As far as Blink goes, those colors look more natural to the scene out the window. But of course, after 30 seconds, the Blink camera turns off, WYZE keeps going, so we're getting a lot more shot with that one right there. Now, taking a look at the night shot, I do have a spotlight over the side. I wait for that to turn off to give us a better idea, and you can clearly see that WYZE is the better camera for night shots. I can see everything that's going on with the image, where Blink is really just dark and black. I will give Blink a nod though and say that they are much better than the version 1 where it was completely blacked out, but it's really not usable with that Blink camera. Now, when it came to the audio quality, Blink is definitely better than WYZE. I will say WYZE definitely has gotten better since their last version, but to me, Blink's audio is just going to be a much better experience. So if that is something that you are going for, if you want to hear voices or things more clearly, Blink may be the way to go for audio. But for me, when it really comes down to it, I care more about video, and audio is just a second nice to have. Now, I want to do a demo of motion detection and what the distance is between these two cameras. Now, unfortunately, my yard is just way too small for this test, so I'm gonna actually throw it over to my buddy who has actually just started a YouTube channel. So if you guys can check him out, his channel is Tech Talk with Jeremy, and it would be awesome for you guys to jump over there and follow him. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out Jeremy doing a distance test with the Blink and Wyze cameras.
All right, today we're gonna be testing out the Blink Mini version 2 and the WYZE Cam version 4. What we're gonna be seeing is how quickly it picks up motion from distance. And we're gonna start at 10 feet and kind of go out and push kind of the boundaries on both of them, see how far they can go. We're gonna start with the Blink Mini version 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and move a little bit and see how quickly it notifies us. Oh, and that was pretty much right away. That's impressive. I'm gonna click on this and we're gonna see how quickly we can go to live cam to see what's going on. And there it is. So we have the live cam up now. So that's how quickly it pulls up the live cam so you can see what's going on once you get that motion detection notification. We're gonna go back to 30 feet and we'll redo it at 30 feet. Give it a couple seconds because it does take 10 seconds to reset to detect motion. Oh, there we go. It actually detected that. So 30 feet is the maximum distance they say that it will detect motion. So now we're gonna start pushing the limits. So now we're gonna go to 50 feet. We'll give it a couple more seconds. All right, now this is the 50-foot test. If it does detect the motion, this will be 20 feet past what they say in their marketing can go. We've already gone 10 feet, so 10 feet past what they say it can do. And it looks like 50 feet, it's not gonna pick up the motion. And it is data, nope, it did. So after I got out of the shadow, when I got in the sun, it picked up that movement. All right, so let's go back to 60 feet. Let's really push this range and see how far it goes. All right, let's see. Wow, it picked it up at 60 feet, guys. That is impressive. Let's go back to 70 feet. If it picks it up here, I'm gonna be insanely impressed. All right, here we go. Okay, so it can't pick up 70 feet, but it can pick up 60. And that was for the Blink Mini version 2. Okay, and we just detected us at 30 feet. Okay, so we know that the WYZE Cam version 4 can do at least 30 feet. Now we're at 50 feet. So let's see if it detects us at 50 feet. Okay, might need to reset a little bit. We're gonna give it some time. We'll be right back. Okay, so you can kind of see, so every cone is 10 feet. So we got 10, 20, 30, 40, and we are at the 50 mark right here. So we're gonna move around a little bit, see if it detects us at the 50 feet. Now the WYZE Cam version 3 said that it had a range of about 30 feet. So we've already gone 10 feet past that. Oh, it just picked us up. All right, we're gonna come back to 60 feet. So we're good at 50. Let's see about 60. Oh, it picked us up at 60. What about 70? This is as far as I can go is 70. All right, it looks like it timed out. So we're gonna let it reset. I'll come back and then we'll test out 70. All right, so we are at the 70-foot mark. We're just gonna walk around and see if it can pick us up. We know that it can do 60. It's done it twice now. Oh my goodness, it picked us up at 70 feet, guys, and that's as far back as I can go. I'm running into tree and fence here. So yeah, so the WYZE Cam version 4 can go up to 70 feet or beyond. That's pretty incredible.
So overall, what did you guys think about this camera comparison? If we take a look at the daytime shots, the image for the WYZE camera seemed a lot sharper. If you take a look at the pattern of the blanket on the couch, you can see it much better with the WYZE camera as opposed to the Blink camera. Once I got farther back in the kitchen, the Blink camera was a bit blurrier. You couldn't see my face in as much detail as you could with the WYZE camera. Now, when it came to the night shots, when I was not using the spotlight, I felt that the images were pretty close to each other. If anything, I would actually give the clarity a little bit better to the Blink camera at night. However, it was a little fuzzier, where it felt like the WYZE camera might have been a little too bright and you were losing some detail in the shot right there. And then when it comes to the spotlight being on, I kind of felt the same thing. I felt that the Blink actually had a nice image to it, where the WYZE Cam actually looked a little bit fuzzier to me. It was brighter, but all in all, the actual image of the picture looked a little bit more grainy for me. But anyway, you guys got to see the demo, so you can make the decision for yourself. Personally, if I was choosing between these two cameras, I would lean more towards WYZE because I don't have to have the subscription. I'm gonna put that micro SD card in there for the 24/7 recording. To me, that is huge and definitely something that I want. With Blink, even though the image quality wasn't as bad as the original Blink Mini version 1, I don't like having the subscription on there. So anyway, I hope you guys got some good information from this video. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.